Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel. I'm here too.
and welcome back. She is, it's true. And welcome back to The Rise of the Golden Idol, the secrets of, what's this thing called? The Lemurian Phoenix. Welcome back to The Rise of the Golden Idol, the Lemurian Phoenix, for Chapter 2, Eternity's End. A spiritual leader meets an unexpected fate. The end of eternity, that feels like a pretty big deal. Okay, we got a situation here. First of all, a monolith. Love a good monolith. The Waterfall Proclamations. December 4th, 1912. First Sentinels may not accept donations. They must do away with material goods and wealth. February 13th, 1915. When a First Sentinel dies, his eldest son succeeds him. If the First Sentinel had no sons, weird, the First Sentinel. It's almost like a title that demands an article or something. There can be no new First Sentinel until another is chosen by the universe to fulfill the ancient prophecy. November 13th, 1915, in the case of twins, there can be two First Sentinels. June 3rd, 1939, sin is no longer to be met with punishment, but compassion. That's a good proclamation. It's interesting that it's the thing that they did a sharp about face on, but all right.
Yeah.
November 24th, 1940, the first true First Sentinel Nagasai, will live forever. Again, a weird thing to do a turnaround proclamation on. But okay, we got that. Got here a little house with a cabinet with some stuff in it. Antiemetics avoid alcohol during usage period. Described by Dr. Jolene Prenzi. Homeopathic solution 104, Moondrift, prescribed by Rallo Krish, notably not a doctor. Calm and restore moisturizer. Ingredients: clear jojoba oil, jasmine petal paste. Okay. Some mouthwash, a toothbrush, and of course a straight razor. On this house, we have a duties rota. Dedicants Nosy, Raffelli, and Tranta, excellent work lately. The universe will surely reward you. Boys, I expect the same output from you as any other dedicant. Raise your standards. Okay, so they've got a day of rest on Friday, and then other stuff going on. How many names are represented here? Is it 6? Is it exactly one? Does each of them appear exactly once in each line?
It looks like it. Yeah. It looks like it's just staircased.
Okay. In this house here, we've got a person who is not breathing. This is the core. This is the core of the game right here.
I know you're so into breath play.
From what everyone here has told me, it sounds like the virus you all had a couple of weeks ago is going around again. Surprising, though. I'd have expected you all to be immune from getting it a second time. It's also strange that Mr. Nagasai succumbed to the virus, while the two others who caught it again seem to have shaken it off. We'll need to get a full autopsy to get to the bottom of this. Patient history: Pravi Nagasai. Known conditions: suffered severe burns as a young man, otherwise remarkably fit and healthy for his age. Ongoing recommendations: cover burn areas from direct sunlight, moisturize burn areas each night before bed. Yeah, so if we're to take the coloration as indication, I think this is the natural coloration and this is the burned skin.
Okay.
Also probably the face.
Yeah.
Copy of notes from previous appointment, November 10, 1940. Symptoms: foamy vomit. Diagnosis: Undipi virus. Prescription: antiemetics, fluids, and the rest. Note: all followers also infected. Some insist on taking Quack's medicine. So there's this thing on the wall here. A person in a burning shape, and there's a waterfall nearby, and then here we have a person who is actually burning, and the waterfall is tending toward them.
Yeah.
How is this even possible after the waterfall's proclamation just the other day? Oh, how will we go on without him? Don't you see? It's as I've been telling everyone for over a year now. Our father never truly understood the waterfall's proclamations. Clearly, it is his spirit that will survive eternally. Now take this and pass it around outside once you're done. Should there be an autopsy? Oh, that's interesting. Suggestive of this guy being Ori?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable marking that? You're Ori and you're Pravi Nagasai, right?
Yeah, I assume that's the doctor who is on the prescription.
Seems likely.
I forgot what the name was.
Me too. So we'll go back and get it. Absolutely not. No man of his position should ever be made to suffer such an indignity, in life or in death. Patient history, Pravi Nagasai. Known conditions, blessed with mark of universe, age 25, destined to live forever. Ongoing recommendation, get plenty of sun on face, as sign of respect for the fire that marked you. Embrace, rather than treat, the marks with which you have been blessed. Copy of notes from previous appointment, foamy vomit. The diagnosis was solar plexus chakra blockages. Prescription, homeopathic solution 104. Notes, all followers also affected. Some are so arrogant as to favor Western medicine. Oh wait, there's a book of delightful homeopathy here. Okay, like cures like. If a certain substance normally causes a particular symptom, a homeopathic remedy will be made from that substance will cure the illness that produces the same symptom. Homeopathic remedies are made by repeatedly diluting the active ingredient until not a single speck remains, just water. This is, by the way, not Lemurian homeopathy specifically. This is the general definition of homeopathy. This is how all homeopathic treatment works, even in the real world. So they didn't want people to necessarily have to be already familiar with that. A bucket filled with foamy vomit. Here we have some equipment must be washed in pure alcohol between tests to remove contaminants. Just some testing supplies. Over here, a drawer, within it, a book. Friday. Today is my son's 25th birthday, making them the same age as I was when I fulfilled the ancient prophecy and took on the mantle. Kwanzaa is concerned that our boys are not worthy of their destinies. I must admit I am too. Her intuition has developed impressively since she first arrived here, days before the second proclamation. She has become a fine mother. On Saturday, everything is clear now. The waterfall agrees, and the universe has provided a solution that does not contradict any past proclamations. I will reveal the message this evening. Sunday. First thing this morning, before anyone else was awake, I found that our stupid goat escaped again. Must have chewed through his rope last night while we were all asleep, as he was definitely there when everyone went to bed yesterday.
Is that goat a champion?
I mean, it sounds like it. What do we got over here? Okay, so a whole lot of spices. Some chili powder, mint, jasmine, coriander seeds, cumin seeds, mustard seeds, and a cookbook. Make your rice twice as nice by adding your choice of spice. Okay, so some recipes for jazzing up rice. I can't imagine mint, mustard, and coriander.
No, I can't either. That
mint, chili, and mustard. Ugh. I just aside from the fact that I don't generally like food to be minty, like things that I'm actually going to eat, those were both mint and mustard based. Mm-hmm. And that seems like a rough combination to me.
Those aren't your favorite. Yeah.
Okay. But that does provide visual identification for who's eating what at the table, which I'm sure we will need. Over here we've got Okay, a lot of little goat footprints and also some larger footprints near a broken rope. Some mint, jasmine, and chili plants. And the newcomer's handbook. Gardening duties. Evening. During the evening, you may rest. So that's the end of the gardening duties. Cooking duties. Morning. Serve everyone their own leftovers from the previous evening's meal. Afternoon. During afternoon fast, you may take time off to meditate or study. Evening. Cook, bless, and serve a hearty yet simple meal of spiced rice. When setting the table, remember, the longer a dedicant has been here, the closer to the first sentinel's end of the table they have the honor of sitting. Okay. That all seems like it's going to be useful.
Kill me? Okay.
Oh, sorry, hold on. Would you prefer to like work things out? I always try to grab all the words first.
Okay.
Try to get sort of like an overhead.
Yeah, go ahead and do that because
Okay.
I know a couple things we can fill in, but
Yeah.
let's do this first.
I felt sick after dinner last night, but it passed quickly. At first, I assumed it must be food poisoning. Then, after I began vomiting foam, I thought maybe the virus had returned. Now, though, I finally understand. My body knew something was wrong with First Sentinel Nagasai. Yeah, that seems likely. As First Sentinel Nagasai's scribe of 28 years, I feel it my duty to document this morning's tragic events. By the time I awoke, Kwanzaa was already laying the table. When I came outside, I saw her knock for First Sentinel Nagasai, but no one answered, so she let herself into his quarters. A few moments later, she emerged and told us all the terrible news. He, too, had fallen ill, but he had died in his sleep. Ori and Koi have now been allowed in to see their father, while the rest of us wait outside. Gresto. The same thing happened to me. I threw up all foamy after dinner, but soon I was fine again. I wonder why only two of us seem to have been affected. Perhaps we've unknowingly reached a higher level of empathy than the others, which allowed us to feel the First Sentinel's energy moving through us in his final moments.
No.
No? You don't think that's it?
No, I don't think that's.
Well, you shouldn't feel sick or sad for that matter. You should feel nothing in particular, for he is not gone. His consciousness has simply been redistributed. Now come on, I've already laid the table. Let's eat breakfast. We don't want last night's leftovers going to waste. Unless they're poison. So, we have a situation over here at the lake. Oh no! The goat! The goat is also foamy vomited. And a patch has been shaved quite square from its belly. And here's the, like, it looks like here's that hair. So these fish are also dead, and that's a yellow rubber glove. And over here, briefcase locked, padlocked, with a bunch of stuff in it. Some an unopened bottle of gin. Some stuff. Ooh, one of those rings. That ring denotes. I want to say that ring denotes membership in a particular secret society.
Okay.
Might not be relevant to the case. All right. Method continued. 5. Start timer and observe effects. 6. After test, clean equipment and water. Results. Only took 7 minutes to reach stage 1, and another 15 for the full effect. Conclusion. The method works. Ready to proceed. All right. It looks like this one's going to have some pieces. So the doctor's name was Jolene Prenzy. And then Rallo Krish. Hold on. Yeah, you are Rallo Krish.
Okay, and that's Koi next to Ori.
Yeah, I think. Hold on. I'm just making sure this. Yeah, Rallo Krish. Okay. Yeah, Koi next to Ori. And they would, provided names work the same, they would be Nagasai?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we want to look
And
at
then
the.
we know Gresto
Rota.
is the guy who. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're Gresto, your last name is possibly Nosy?
GN, that makes sense to me.
Well, wait, actually. So KNON. Yeah, so these are good.
Yeah.
Gresto is somebody, probably Nosy. And then what do we have left? AT and GN? No, GN we just covered. AT and
ATV Anya Tronta.
AT and QR. Kwanzaa somebody, right?
Yeah.
And Kwanzaa R. Rafeli.
Rafeli's left.
Do we have a good... So you're on gardening duty right now. Hold on. What did this guy's thing say? Kwanzaa was laying the table. So that makes you Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty straightforward. So, the seats. The longer a dedicant has been here, the closer to the first sentinel's end of table they have the honor of sitting. So, who ate what? We have a fresh mix, 2 wild mixes, 2 earth mixes, and a mild mix. This is all they eat.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like you would survive to
Okay,
me,
so
but
if it's from left to right, then he's the dead guy is in the leftmost seat.
yeah, if it's from left to right.
And
Do we have a reason to think that it is?
well, it was shown us as a top to bottom thing, and I just I don't know, I kind of just pivoted in my head.
I think what we need to do here is identify. So, like, from these, what are the ingredients that appear at this table exactly 3 times?
Well, the jasmine leaves do,
Yeah,
and the
jasmine.
cumin
Yeah.
seeds.
Shit, the mint does as well.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So problematic in the extreme. Okay, hold on. What's the goat got? What'd the goat get into? Can't really tell. It's worth noting the goat is tied up out here. Somebody took this goat out here to die quietly.
They killed
away
that
from.
poor goat. What? Look at the garden.
Yeah. I don't know that it's super helpful.
I mean, it looks like some of those leaves are missing. That first set of leaves, though.
Hmm.
Okay.
You got something?
So this right now this is taking place in 1940. Because the last time, the notes about the last inspection is dated.
So previous appointment was November 10th, 1940.
Okay.
The virus you had a couple weeks ago. So we're looking at like December 1940. Mid December, maybe late December.
Friday is the 25th birthday of the sons. Okay, so the sons have been here for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
The one guy's been here for 28. Kwanzaa concerned our so
Hold on a second. Okay, so we decided in the case of twins, there could be two first sentinels basically at their birth.
yeah.
Says, I've been telling everyone for over a year. Our father never truly understood the waterfall's proclamations. Clearly, it is his spirit that will survive eternally. So, I don't know. What do you think? You got anything? Friday was the 25th birthday.
Oh, so Kwanzaa arrived days before the second proclamation. Okay, so
Okay.
we can figure out when Kwanzaa's been here.
Her intuition has developed impressively days before the second proclamation. So, in February of 1915.
Right.
Prior, so she's older than she's been here longer than the boys have.
Just barely. And the one guy's been here 28 years. The fellow had the note. Yeah, he's been here 28. At least 28.
Yeah, at least 28. So let me start putting people on here, even if we don't actually know who's what, just to keep them in order. So Kwanzaa, which is you've been here longer than the boys have. And this dude has been here longer than Kwanzaa has.
Oh.
What? You got something?
Well, the boys have been here the same amount of time, so would they not be
seated?
Maybe it is the other way around.
Yeah, that would certainly suggest that this is the head of the table.
Okay.
Putting this guy here and that guy there, and are you the most recent? Who are you? Anya Tranta. There's nothing in any of this stuff about Anya Tranta, right?
No. But
so if these two both got sick.
When's the first proclamation from?
1912? Yeah.
And that's 28 years. So
hold on. If these two both got sick. No, these two both got sick. When you're here, you two both got sick. It's the mild mix and the fresh mix. But you didn't get sick and he did. I mean, this has to be it, though, right? Like,
Well, let's put her in. Because the clue
20
we have
years.
is that the boys are twins, so
Yeah.
that's kind of a fixed point there. And we know those two other people came before them and
Yeah.
in that order.
Yeah, no, that has to be right. All right. What's up, kitchen? Which recipes caused sickness and which didn't? Therefore, yeah, this was a place I was going already. The problem is that it doesn't actually make sense here because it doesn't seem like the wild mix did cause sickness. Right? The boys were fine.
Right.
It was
Okay, well, what
it
did
was
the
these
two...
oh no. Sorry, it was these two, not these two.
Right.
Hold on. Let me
Oh, no, was it? No,
You shouldn't feel
Kwanzaa.
sick. Yeah, okay, it's eyelashes and this guy. So yeah, it's you and him apparently, but not you.
Okay.
So that doesn't really make a lot of sense because it's not recipes causing sickness like the fresh mix, the earth mix was fine, the mild mix, but then the wild mix didn't cause sickness in one case and did cause it in the other.
Well, then it might not have been the food. It might have been because there is some of that in some of the medicine that he had, right? Because at least
Yeah.
jasmine is an ingredient in there. There might be a. Can we look at the medicine cabinet again?
Yeah. Wait, which? The only thing that lists its ingredients is the moisturizer. Ah, right, but he was supposed to rub moisturizer on himself. So this contains jasmine.
But jasmine did not make anyone sick.
Well, here's the thing. The mild mix and the fresh mix don't have any common ingredients.
Yeah.
And the earth mix didn't make these two sick, and it does contain the jasmine. So it's not. It's the grinder.
Oh, because some of it is ground.
Yeah, the jasmine. Are the petals jasmine petal paste?
Paste.
Yeah, it's the grinder that's doing it.
Okay, yeah.
So the mortar and pestle is the contaminated thing.
Right. And we need to put the little smiley face on the wild mix.
Yeah. Okay. Goat. The goat died. I would like to put a frowning face on this text box, please. All right. The goat died because someone ground something into a paste. Right? Someone ground something
Yeah.
into a paste using the mortar and pestle.
Mortar and pestle. Yeah.
And then put it on the goat's belly, presumably.
Oh, yeah.
They shaved the belly for a reason. And it would have been the well, no, it doesn't really matter what it was. As far as the you're right that
Well,
there's
the
some
mint,
mint missing.
Yeah, let's
Just
say mint.
It's not really obvious from here. It does. Yeah, it does look like the mint from the from the plants that are missing, but that could just be from harvesting for the cooking. Is what
Mint
I was
to a
going to say.
moisturizer. Was it turned into a moisturizer instead of a paste?
Well, I mean, they ground it into a paste, right? Like that's what you grind stuff into.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about the problem we had the last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that book again? Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it killed a bunch of the fish too. But sadly, there's no like obvious indication of.
Can you go with that goat belly again?
Okay.
Okay.
There's like small green dots, but I don't know that that's
Yeah.
necessarily anything.
Could we try moisturizer? In case it is moisturizer.
The leaves here are missing.
Well, what kind of thing is that?
Yeah, what kind of thing?
Do we
is
have
this?
that in the garden?
No. Oh, but. It's on the Moondrift.
Okay.
That might be Moondrift.
Okay. Will they ground Moondrift into a paste?
Ah. Gotta put this somewhere else. Yeah. Okay, so our friend, your friend and ours, Pravi Nagasai, died of foamy vomit.
Moondrift poisoning?
Well, he died of. Yeah, I guess the idea is that the Moondrift was used and then the thing was not cleaned afterward.
Yeah, because the other people didn't die; they just got sick. The goat died. I think it was the Moondrift.
Someone put something in the mortar and pestle, right? Or someone put ground something into something else.
Or Moondrift paste.
Well, he died. He died because of the stuff in the moisturizer, right? Someone put Someone put jasmine paste in the moisturizer. Or see, this is one of those ones where like there's a bunch of different things that are true, and many of them will fit here grammatically, and we have to figure out which one the game is asking for at this moment.
I mean, the way I'm seeing it is the Moondrift was the thing that was.
He certainly died of poisoning.
Yeah, I feel like the Moondrift was tried out on the goat.
Yeah. But see, he prescribed homeopathic solution 104 in the previous thing, and nobody died from it.
But what is homeopathic solution?
But the homeopathic solution 104 is it's a homeopathic solution. It's water.
Right.
It's water that was once near some Moondrift. So here, Nagasai actually got some Moondrift, which seems to have killed him. This is what we.
Yeah.
So how are we reporting that he died of Moondrift poisoning because someone put Moondrift in the mortar and pestle. Like, what do we?
I mean, that's all I've got. Yeah, I don't.
So what's this word?
I think it's
Right,
paste
like
again.
grammatically, this is kind of weird. I mean, somebody made Moondrift paste.
Died of Moondrift poison. Can we type in Moondrift in the type of poisoning it is?
Yeah, this feels very like weird grammatically, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's gonna argue with you over the precise wording of this, even though you are correct. Someone put
Moondrift paste in the food. He's gotten the food from the mortar and pestle, maybe just because he's older. I don't like that either, but
yeah, I don't know if I. In order for it to kill him, maybe it did get like it would have to have been in the moisturizer. It was because the common factor between the things that were killed is the skin contact, not the consumption.
oh yeah,
Right?
Okay, that makes sense.
So it has to have been in his moisturizer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, on Saturday, Pravi Nagasai announced that he would live forever. That he would live sinners.
You really like that movie.
It's like I want to be around vampires. I love the music. I can't handle this rice anymore. Okay, so therefore, when the mortar and pestle was used to prepare Sunday's dinner, it made people sick, right? And
Yeah.
then that night, Pravi Nagasai used the moisturizer, leading to his death. Okay, so later, while on something duty on Saturday, let's go have a look at the rota. So we're assuming that this is Rallo Krish. Wait, Rallo Krish is not on the
Yeah, no.
thing. So never mind the thing I was saying. Took a blank to the blank for a blank. After it was done,
Took the goat.
someone verbed the noun in the noun, but not with the noun. I love it. I love it when people noun the noun. Okay, so on Saturday, who's on what duty? Someone took a...
I think they're taking the goat
to the river for a test. Yeah.
Would that'd be on overnight watch duty, would it not? Would that not make the most sense?
Maybe. So you're blaming Koi here. Ori thinks there should not be an autopsy. What was Ori's job? Ori was on cleaning duty. Right, the fact that Ori is very eager that there not be an autopsy,
Yeah.
I think is clearly something.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure out like what exactly are these two events? Because somewhere in here the goat gets got. But what
In
are
any
the
grammatical sense is that sentence that top sentence?
maybe? What is this bottom sentence?
They probably washed the something in the river. That's why all the fish got killed.
Okay, all right, I like that.
Washed the mortar and pestle in the river, but not with
Alcohol.
alcohol. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, I like that. So
Mortar and pestle's at the bottom.
yeah, wash
There
the
you
mortar
go.
and pestle in the river. Where is
River not
pond?
pond. Okay.
It's a pond. Okay. So this would be Ori then.
Who's on cleaning duty? Yeah. Okay. And so while on cleaning duty, he took the goat to the pond for a test.
It's weird that he would. Do we have a reason to think he's testing homeopathic remedies?
No, I mean he's testing the poison.
You think it's intentional?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Yeah, that's.
Okay. Well, it's just wrong.
That seems a little out of nowhere. Can you explain to me whence?
Because it's a murder mystery. Well, hang on.
Okay.
We know Ori doesn't want a thing, but he and his brother would both be first sentinels.
Okay.
So instead of clean duty, it might be overnight watch duty, where people aren't going to be. He'd be up. No one's going to be watching him. That would be Koi.
Uh huh.
So while Koi's on overnight watch duty, he kills the goat to make sure it will work.
Okay, but again, you don't really have any reason to think that they want to kill their dad. Right?
Do people not want to kill their parents? Is that okay? No, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
We have different life experiences, I think, in Minecraft. The two boys were very careful not to eat anything that had anything ground in it.
That is true. That is true. Here we have an oh, how will we go on without him with tears, but you know, obviously they could be fake. He seems very sure that, I don't know, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if we're supposed to be able to believe this guy or not because of the combination of the art style and the animation. Like, we don't get performance, right? We just get this like weird slice of a moment. So it's hard to tell if we're supposed to be able to tell that this is fake.
Yeah. So I don't have an explanation of
Kwanzaa is
motive.
concerned that our boys are not worthy of their destinies. Her intuition is impressive, has developed impressively. And I mean, if the two boys weren't working, like if the overnight watch boy was not, at the very least, in on it, then he would have seen the goat get taken.
Right. So yeah,
That's all compelling. That's all
I
compelling.
don't know motive exactly, but it is the opportunity and the means.
Yeah, I think that's all compelling. I don't know. I'm just a little like.
So it's overnight and Koi. That's three things
Yeah.
that are wrong.
And then Koi's faking crying and Ori's not bothering, and he's trying to get there not to be an autopsy. I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't hate it, but it feels like it's hard to. I mean that.
I would like more like.
I think you've
explanation
got
of,
it.
like, a motive.
Yeah. It does definitely feel like you're just sort of. All right. 2 weeks before the first Sentinel's death, Rallo Krish had prescribed a homeopathic moondrift solution to treat the NDP virus and its main symptom of foamy vomit. Coy theorized that, according to the key principles of homeopathy, the moondrift flower should therefore cause foamy vomit. He wondered if it could be used as a topical poison to kill his father without arousing suspicion, and set about his test. Yeah, it is like, there should be some kind of, I guess you're just supposed to be like, well, if they're unworthy, then they must love murder.
Yeah, my only so I come into this thinking, well, it's gonna be a murder mystery. I've only ever seen murders in the two things I helped your mom with,
Yeah.
and there everyone was terrible. So I assumed everyone tried to kill everybody.
Yeah, there definitely are deaths that occur by accident. One of the very first cases in the first game is a guy just falls off his horse.
Okay.
You're listening to MU Today with me, Girali Poma. Our top story this morning, the king has announced plans to step down from royal duties following mounting pressure from the clergy and public. In a statement, Tikor Palace said King Orant would relinquish power to his son Prince Lutri at an official ceremony on Wednesday. The announcement follows days of unrest in which crowds have taken to the street to protest the king's recent solstice speech, which centered around plans to westernize Lemuria. Yeah, you can see how a thing like that might be unpopular. And I know that's not what's going on here, but the way this guy's like sort of folded his garment before starting to float makes him look like a slice of pizza, and I think that's great. All right, I think that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hey, Amabel.
Yeah.
Good work.
Thank you. I'm trying to help.
You cracked a lot of that. You did some excellent stuff there. When you come back next time, we will be continuing to work together to understand the mysteries of the Lemurian Phoenix. And we'll see you then.